incredibly talented actress who received an Emmy nomination for her performance in the HBO film Temple Grandin. It's a pleasure. We've never met, but I've been a fan of your work, and I have a thing for beautiful British women, and you're British.
Yes.
Although some people say you're...
I'm British, the rest of it. But I'm British, yes.
But some people think you're French. Is that because of the last name or what?
You know, I think it could be because of the last name, but one of the things that happened to me within my career is that people pronounce my last name very oddly, and that's not something you could... It's actually Julia Ormond.
Did I say it right at all?
Well, no, on the trailers for the first films that came out, it was Julia Ormond. And I tried to kind of adjust that and say, no, that sounds very pretentious.
Yeah.
And that's not me, and it's like saying your country was run by Bill Clinton.
Yes.
But I've never been able to kind of
I've been saying it wrong, but it does sound
but that's okay.
Ormond.
If
I've been practicing it all day.
It sounds French.
Yeah.
It sounds French. But so if I try and book a restaurant, you know, I always go through this thing of asking for a table for Julia Ormond, and I won't get one, and then I leave it 5 minutes and try and get one for spell the name, and they say, "You mean Julia Ormond?" Oh. And I'm like, "Oh well, okay, yes, she can have a table. That would be great."
And you get now this is interesting. I always wondered, you have a bit of an addiction, and I always do. You know, sometimes it's a...
I'm quite surprised you brought it up.
Yeah, it's sometimes it's a food thing or an exercise thing or something. What is yours?
Solitaire.
Solitaire on the computer, not the old cards.
On the handheld.
Yeah, on the handheld,
on the handheld,
I know people that do that. Now, what is it about it?
You know, I've nailed it down. I think it's because I like the amount of hope in the cards. I don't know, it's true. I mean, like, the world is such a devastating place, and I think I use it as my escape because, you know, it's like, I need the 3, I need the jack, it could be the next card, you know, and if I lose, it's because I'm not an idiot, I've not been an ass to someone, it's just the cards. It's just the cards, but if I win, I feel really good. It's going to be a good day.
Right. So how much time is spent playing solitaire in a day?
Oh, you know, I have done some 2-3 hour stints.
Really?
The worst thing is taking work on a plane, on a 7-hour plane journey, and I will play it. The hostesses will be saying, "You've got to shut down all your things," and I'm like, yeah.
Oh yeah, cheating,
cheating.
That's an addiction,
I'll play it on the airplane until my BlackBerry dies. I'm sorry, I will play it on the airplane until my handheld dies.
Yes.
And then I'll go to the screen on the airplane and look for
Have you ever tried red wine instead? Just to take a break.
I'm actually usually drinking the red wine while I'm...
Oh, no wonder it's a 4-hour process.
You know, you can do that. It slows down as the night goes on.
Right.
You know.
Now, this is something else they find fascinating about you, and I know people are like this, and I'm not saying it's oftentimes females because I don't generalize like that, but you're forgetful.
Is that what I said?
Yeah.
Yes. No, I haven't. I like to call it pregnancy brain. Not that I'm pregnant.
Right.
But when you have had a pregnancy, it stays, sadly. And I I forget stuff.
So prior to having a child, you were not...
Oh, I had a perfect memory, yes.
You're lying, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm lying.
So I always wanted to know, because I do know a couple people like this, my mother sometimes, and I have other friends that are
It is a female thing.
Yeah, it is, but I won't say that out loud. But what are you thinking about? What are you guys thinking about when you're not thinking about what you're supposed to be thinking about? Like, during the day, what do you forget? You forget where you put your shoes?
I forget everything. I mean, I try it with the Post-its, but, you know, I'll find a Post-it that says, "Remember the thingy for what's-his-face." You know, stuff like that. I will forget names. I used to have an assistant who was brilliant at interpreting because I'd say things like, "Do you remember the actress, blonde legs, in the film that what's his name did with, you know, about the crash?"
Yeah.
And it was either in the 80s or the 90s. It was And she goes, Gwyneth. I'm going, yes. Yes.
This assistant is brilliant.
She was.
Oh, it was a she. That's exciting. It was a she. And that's a great thing.
Good catch.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she'd never been pregnant, you see.
Yeah. Now, you're excited. They told me, your people, and there was a lot of them. that there was nobody. You just came over here. They told me that you're really excited about 5 questions, like really fired up.
I am. The Trivial Pursuits, am I allowed to say that? Is like fear of God.
Yeah.
You've struck the fear of God into me, but I'm here.
And you're ready.
I'm ready.
And willing. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, 5 questions. Back with the lovely Julia Ormond, up for an Emmy in Temple Grandin on HBO. It's out on DVD, I believe. Are you excited about, you think you're going to win, or are you just happy, or what's going on?
It has just been amazing to get a nomination and to get that kind of acknowledgement from your peer group. It's not...
So you do remember... So you do remember that you were nominated, and that's progress, young lady.
Yeah,
It's time for 5 questions. Here we go. You're from Surrey, England. You're from Surrey, England. Name the Broadway musical that features the tune Surrey with the Fringe on Top.
Oklahoma.
Yes. Yes.
Oklahoma.
Oh, boy, that's correct, ladies and gentlemen. Now, this one is very difficult, but you are a United Nations Goodwill Ambassador. This is not a yes or no.
I used to be.
Used to be. Spell the last name of former UN Secretary General Dag Hammarskjöld, including the umlaut. Hammarskjöld. Do you know how to spell that? I'll give you one mistake. Can you want to try to spell it?
Not really, no. HAMMERSZLTG.
Very close. We can't accept it, but very close. I used to do an impression years ago of a British actor, and I haven't done it in a while, but I'm going to do it now. What did you say?
Please do.
Why do you say that?
I'd like to see it.
Okay, you have to guess who I'm doing.
Okay.
Tell me when you're ready, ladies and gentlemen. Here, you guys. Georgie girl, you're not fat. You're pleasantly plump. Georgie girl, you're not fat.
It's either Eddie Izzard.
No, it's a British.
Or James Mason.
James Mason is correct. There you go. Very sporting. You've worked with Harrison Ford, Sean Connery, Richard Gere, Brad Pitt. This is a question from one of our interns, because, you know, this is how she thinks. Who is the best kisser of those people? Now, I've written down an answer that we think it should be. So you either can tell us who it is or who you think we say it is. Harrison Ford, Sean Connery, Richard Gere, Brad Pitt.
I'm going to say Craig.
No. It's one of those 4. I mean, you're right, but of these 4. Yeah, see. Who do you think we wrote down?
You see, I'm going to take a pass. I'm not allowed
You don't want to offend anybody. We're going to give that to you. I'm looking for the gigolo, Richard Gere, ladies and gentlemen. But you're very nice. That would have been, yeah. And finally, 10 seconds on the clock. Give me 3 of your favorite slang terms for being drunk. You guys do it differently over there. Go ahead.
Well, pissed.
Yes.
Keep going. Legless.
Legless. I've never heard. Great.
Loaded.
Yes. Nominated for an Emmy. Good luck. Nice to meet you, young lady. Julia Ormond. We'll be right back with Speed News. Thank you.